Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So on this video, I'm going to discuss with you which 3 stocks have I sold recently, roughly in the last couple of weeks. Why have I done it? Which will help you understand more how you should be investing in this market. That is the simple agenda for today's video. Now, before I take you through the list of stocks that I have sold and why have I sold it, let me help you understand the psychology behind it. I have made a separate video on why is it that I sell stocks. So I will present a very condensed version of that video. You can go and check out that entire video separately. Alright, so why is it that I sell certain stocks? So there are 5 key reasons as to why I would be selling stocks. So the first key reason why I would be selling stocks is that the stock becomes overvalued. I don't mean to offend anyone when I start taking names here, because the moment I take the name of an overvalued stock, and if you hold that stock, you will dislike this video and run away. Please don't do this. Understand this from a learning perspective. See guys, right now, something like Tata Motors is overvalued according to me. If you understand its financial statement, you yourself will see that the entire play is built around electric vehicle, that it will launch this, that. There is a news-based havabazi that is happening on the stock. I'm not an investor in it. It's a good stock, no doubt about that. But right now, according to me, it is overvalued. I am okay being wrong about it. But there are so many opportunities in the market that why unnecessarily go and purchase an overvalued stock. So I'm just telling you that as an example. There are 10 more examples that I can give, but I'll refrain that. Otherwise, almost everyone watching this video will dislike this. Okay, so please don't dislike this, like this. Let's move on to the second reason, that why is it that I sell my stocks? The second key reason is that if I feel that the fundamentals of a stock has changed completely. Now, this has not happened to me recently, but to give an example here, something like Yes Bank, right? So before the problems came up on Yes Bank seemed like an okay share. There was nothing fundamentally off per se. But then problems started coming up and it just escalated very quickly. So if I were hypothetically an investor in Yes Bank, I would have sold my stock then and there. It's fine. I would have made a loss. I would have exited. And these type of things do happen in the market. Stock market is volatile. New information comes in and we as retail investors do take loss because of this, right? But don't ever purchase a fundamentally weak stock if you don't have very specific exit targets in mind. So I hope this point is clear, that if fundamentals go off, sell it, go away. Now the third reason is that the market nature, right, or the nature of the market itself changes. For example, in my opinion, I've said it multiple times that in my opinion, we are changing from a growth to a sideways market, right? What does this mean? That for the next 1.5 to 2 years, I genuinely see the Nifty consolidating between a certain range. Yes, there will be days it will fall a lot. There will be days when it rises up a lot, but essentially Nifty will trade in a range for a substantial period of time. This is where you actually need a lot of skills to make money in the stock market, and people who are bad at stock investing, they will suffer a lot in this market. So please be very patient. Please be sensible in terms of whatever you are buying and selling now. Super important. Please learn about stock investing. If you don't know, don't unnecessarily gamble your money away. Now, the fourth reason why I would be selling a stock is that if the technical target gets met, right? So technical target means, for example, if there is a head and shoulder pattern that is forming, or if there is a cup and handle pattern that is forming, if there is a significant rise that has happened on a stock and it has come down, then I purchase it, then it rises up again, then I'll sell it. These are called as momentum trading strategies. If there is a very specific pattern that is getting formed, I will accordingly buy it depending on the market circumstances and I will exit it. But in all transparency, I am not a trader. I trade very few things. If I am taking swing trades, I will take sure shot swing trades. I have shown it to you that I have taken swing trades on a bunch of stocks, almost successful every single time. I do it with a very specific technical target in mind. If it gets met, I'm out of it. Now, fifth and final reason is sector rotation, right? Sector rotation. Right now, I feel that there are certain sectors that are bloated. I am cutting my position away from those sectors. I will talk about one such sector on my next section when I show you 3 specific stocks that I'm selling. So, sector rotation is fairly simple. Just to help you understand what sector rotation is, that for example, let's say in the first half of the year, the sector rotation happens out of banking stocks. That is, that big players are selling banking stocks. They are moving into something else. Then sector rotation in the next half of the year happens in banking stocks. So basically, that banking stocks will go up in the second half of the year. Right now, sector rotation is happening into banking stocks. So I've been telling this for the last 3 months. If you're a regular viewer of my channel, do comment whether I've been doing this or not. So according to me, sector rotation is happening into the banking sector as we speak. So the chances of you losing your money by investing in banks right now will be lower compared to other sectors, right? So this is my perspective. This is not a buying or selling recommendation. All right, so without further ado, let me take you through specific stocks that I have sold very recently, and let me explain you the rationale for the same. So the first stock that I sold it at approximately 38% gain, and I had purchased this at 32.10. That was the average price. And I sold it at 44.40. The stock that I'm talking about, it's called as OFSS, Oracle Financial Services. What the company does is that it provides technology solutions, customized softwares, bunch of different IT related things and products to large corporations. Majority of its business comes from the US. It's a tech company. Now I have told this on this channel multiple times that in India, I have very few positions in tech stocks. OFSS was one such stock and I've sold it completely. Genuine question to ask is that, okay, Akshat, why did you purchase this in the first place? So let me talk about where did I purchase this. So I purchased OFSS somewhere around last year, December, because the tech stocks were moving up. There was no major problem with financials, right? For example, if I show you the results till last year, the sales had been very stable, right? You can check the sales number. The sales had been stable. Profits have been stable. Was it like massively growing? The answer is the sales till 2020 had been stable, right? Almost like in that 4,000, 5,000 range. The profits have been stable for the last 4 or 5 years. So it seemed like a decent stock. The entire IT industry was undergoing expansion. So I purchased it, held it for a year, made 39% on it. I never got an opportunity to purchase this stock in massive quantity. I put one chunk of money that I could put on this stock. After that, the stock went up and I never had a chance to purchase the second lot in this stock. There was no fundamental problem here with the stock per se. The IT industry was undergoing an expansion. I invested in it, got like 40% returns. Happy with it, no problem. Now, why am I selling this stock? The reason why I'm selling this stock is fairly simple, that I don't see any major growth prospects with this stock. Fundamentally speaking, the sales have been very basic. There has been no major benefits. If you check on Tickertape also, this is precisely what they say. The revenue growth has been very basic in this stock compared to the industry. The yearly growth rate has been 3.5%, and where the industry growth rate has been 8%. Second, the net income has not been that great and its market share is also going down. So I sold this stock on a profit, made money, went out. Now, how did I time the exact point where I would be selling this stock? Super simple. I was just waiting for it to hit its 2018 highest levels, because I was just waiting for that stable number to hit. So the moment this stable number hit around 4,000 mark, I sold it at around 44 and I was out of the stock, made a profit, moved on to the next thing. The second stock that I've sold recently is Oil India Limited. Now, Oil India Limited is essentially a commodity play for me. Commodity play simply means that if the demand for oil goes up and the prices of oil goes up, something like Oil India Limited will become massively profitable. It's simply a commodity play. So at what point did I purchase this? So I purchased this at 110 rupees and I sold it at 221.6 and I made almost 101% profit on this stock. Now, the reason why I purchased some of the commodity stocks last year was very simple, that the world had a supply and demand shock both. So whenever there is a supply shock, commodity prices should ideally go up. That was a play that I was making just by doing macroeconomic analysis. So I purchased a bunch of commodity stock, gold stocks, oil stocks, steel stocks, bunch of different things. I'm still a holder in some of these. I will talk about this in a minute. But to cut the long story short, Oil India Limited was a commodity play for me. As the world's supply and demand started to match again, as the world started to open again, I sold this stock, making good amount of money in it. I do not see any fundamental value in this stock per se. Now you would say, Akshat, can you show us the numbers? Okay, so let us look at the sales for the last 3-4 years. You'll be super impressed that, hey, Akshat, the sales have come up to 26,000, right? The profits have gone up to 6,000. A few key points to note from these numbers. First and foremost, the sales have gone up because there was a lot of pent-up demand in the world due to COVID 2020. Now, many of you might say, okay, Akshat, what is pent-up demand? That's a very interesting word, pent-up demand, right? Demand. So pent-up demand simply means last year when COVID-19 hit, what happened, right? Everything was shut, right? Everything was shutting down. The world was curling up in a ball, right? Nothing was happening, nothing was moving, right? So it's not as if that people fundamentally stopped traveling or people did not want to buy perfumes or people did not want to use their automobiles. But they could not, right? Because there was a demand shock to the economy, that the demand just got killed in a very short span of time. But people wanted to do all that. People wanted to travel, people wanted to buy more stuff. And oil is one commodity that is used in literally everything that has to do in moving the world. It is not just used in production of electricity or production of perfume or production of petrol and diesel. It is used in almost every single thing that you can imagine. So due to this pent-up demand, the demand just temporarily froze, right? It froze like this. It froze into a small ball and now it expanded very, very quickly. So therefore, this gets reflected into numbers of Oil India Limited. And therefore, nothing fundamental has changed. The company has not become like massively profitable somehow and they have instituted some major changes in it. That is my understanding. Again, I can be wrong. But this was a pure commodity play for me and I'm very happy making 101% return in it and moving on to the other stocks. Now the third stock that I've sold is RBL Bank. When I purchased RBL Bank, it was trading at 179 and I sold it at 202.2 and I made a return of 12-13% in a matter of couple of months. Now, why did I sell it? Was there something fundamentally off with RBL Bank? No, I don't think there is anything off in terms of RBL Bank. But at this stage, I'm more inclined towards diverting my money to major banks and I do not see either a growth play in RBL Bank or a safe play in RBL Bank. So rather, I would have my money invested in something like Kotak Bank or ICICI Bank or HDFC Life Insurance. So these are companies where I'm investing more of my money in vis-a-vis taking chances with slightly smaller banks like RBL banks. Having said this, there are great technical patterns that are getting formed in RBL Bank right now. If you want to stay invested in it, please stay invested. Not a problem. Out of the 3 stocks that I've suggested so far, if you have to pick one to stay invested in, it would be RBL Bank in my opinion. It's a decent stock. There is nothing fundamentally off with it. It is just that I want to rotate my money to more sensible stocks, which I can hold for next 3 to 4 years. And I don't want to take chances in this market by staying invested in average banks, so to say. So now let me talk about a bonus share that I have sold. It is Rajesh Exports. I had huge quantities of Rajesh Exports. I had purchased that from my parents' account. I had purchased that from my wife's account. I had purchased that from my account. So I had huge positions in it. I have sold half of my positions on Rajesh Exports. Why? Again, the same concept that it was a commodity play. Rajesh Exports exports gold. If the gold prices go up, if the demand for gold goes up, if there is growth in gold, there will be growth in Rajesh Exports. That's one very important point. I do not see gold demand going fabulously well for the next 5 years. It will be slow growth. Rajesh Exports to me has given me a lot of profit. I'm very happy with it. I personally purchased it at 486 and I sold it at 675. Made very good profits in a span of very few months. Very happy with it, but I don't want to be a holder in commodities like gold and oil. I'm bullish on steel. I will make a separate video on commodity investing in case you want. Let me know in the comment box if you would want me to make a separate video on commodity stocks. But to cut the entire story short, I'm not too bullish on gold. I will rather invest my money in Bitcoin, which I consider to be a better alternate to gold. So I'm shifting all my gold investment to Bitcoin, right? That is what I'm doing and that is how I'm expanding my crypto portfolio from 10% to 20%. So I am bullish about Bitcoin. Again, if you want me to make a separate video on why am I bullish on Bitcoin, not physical gold or gold companies, let me know. I'll make a separate video on that topic. So I have sold half of my holdings for Rajesh Export. Whatever remains, it can offset for the slow growth in gold. So it's a great hedge. I'm having both Bitcoin and gold in my portfolio from that angle. I'm not selling all my gold. I'm doing a sensible hedging of gold and Bitcoin. But right now, I'm leaning more towards Bitcoin compared to gold. So I will not be surprised if I end up selling of all my Rajesh Export shares in the coming few months. Now, one reason that I have not covered why I sell this stock is for reinvesting purpose also. That if I see excellent opportunities in the market, then I would reinvest. Usually, I do not sell much in the market because I do not make my major money in the stock market. I make money from businesses that I pour into different investment instruments. So I'm not sitting and rotating my capital in the stock market. I hardly rotate maybe 10% of my entire capital from stocks to cryptos and other investment instruments. That brings me to a few key points that if I see great opportunity in the market itself, for example, I gave you the analysis of Rajesh Export that according to me right now, investing in Bitcoin to me makes a lot more sense compared to investing in gold-oriented companies. So I'll be shifting that piece of investment into Bitcoin And that is called as reinvesting from my side, right? And that is one more reason why I would be selling my stocks. Now, in the final section of the video, let me now cover some of the key stocks that I have my nazar on. I am keeping my eye out for these key stocks. Two key stocks that I'm very bullish about from a fundamentals point of view is Pidilite and Deepak Nitrite. These are two good stocks that I would want to purchase more of. I'm not an investor yet in Deepak Nitrite. I am an investor in Pidilite. I'm looking to buy more quantities of these stocks. Whenever I purchase these, I will try my level best to let you know in time. A stock that I'm not going to buy is Tata Motors. I'm not bullish about Tata Motors at all as of now. I don't see any fundamental value in it from my style of investing, so I'm out of it. Tata Motors can go 5x from here. That is fine. I can make money from other stocks also, right? So that is my analysis. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up and let me know what other videos you will like me to make. I will make it the next time. Thank you so much. Give it a thumbs up and I'll see you the next time.